Okay. All right. And my motivation for you guys today is to remember you control your destiny. One thing in the Navy that we used to say is you drive your own ship. I've seen people quit because someone else quit, or they get discouraged because someone else is discouraged. And at the end of the day, whether you complete your goals or achieve your goals doesn't affect that other person. It only affects you. It only affects you. Yeah. It only affects you. I mean, that's what we tell our kids, right? You can do anything, you can be anything, try hard, and your decision. If everybody jumped off a bridge, would you do it? What's the lesson in that? That, hey, don't be a follower. Your choices affect you. Whether you get a spanking or get your toys taken away, or you don't get a good Christmas, doesn't affect the next kid who might, right? Your choices affect you. And I try to instill that in people because we are social people. We want to follow the crowd and follow the herd. But at the end of the day, whether we get to our goals is in our hands. All right. So we're going to be talking about, we're going to do our actual designs today. So we're going to do our actual designs today. I have a grid that is uploaded into Canvas, and you will see if you open up Canvas, you can glance over what we're doing today, and you'll see a place to upload your sketch. That's the first thing you should do: a sketch of your truck and what you're going to do with it, what items you're going to put in it: griddle, refrigerator, countertops, the whole deal, shelving. And after you've drawn it out and actually have a actual layout of what you want to do, then you want to start designing the real thing. You don't want to start designing the real thing without a layout, because it will take you way too much time, and it'll hurt you time wise. You want to know what you're doing. Okay. And then after you have that layout, hop into the real thing. I have that template, the template that you're gonna see up here. Okay. So as you can see, the food truck design grid, the scale is 1 square equals 1 foot. Now, the initial grid that I had when I did this, because this is a PowerPoint, it was built into the PowerPoint in the sense that you could move things around and it didn't affect it. You could lock things into the grid. And this one is more so individual lines. So you have to be careful to not move around the grid lines as you're moving around the objects. So hopefully I can find a better version that the grid lines won't actually move and that are permanent. But until I do, we can use this one. All right, so every foot is 1 grid line. Is everybody with me so far? All right, and here's an example right here of the grid lines. So there's an example of an 8.5 by 20, 8.5 by 22, 8.5 by 18. And it says 8, but they're all 8.5. All of the trailers are 8. Now you can get it like a 6 foot wide trailer, but that's like a tiny, if you're doing like an ice cream cone trailer or something like that, that would be really, really good for that. But here's a grid line, and that should be remarkably helpful. Here are just some items. So you see in there a cook line. Like, I like to put cold things in blue, and it's just my personal preference, and hot things in red. So you see I've already started color coding them. 3 compartment sink, or under counter fridge, reach in fridge. And on your cook line, you can just design that to where, as a placeholder, then on top of that, put 3 foot griddle, or not even put cook line, just put, 3 foot griddle, put this, fryer, what have you. And then to the dimensions that they go, and actually use the dimensions to not just the width, but also the depth, because it's going to show you how much walking space you have in there. Okay. So don't just put it, all right, I know it's 4 feet wide and I'm gonna just put it 4x1. No, go ahead and put it 4x2 if it's 24 inches, or 4x3, or even 18. Try to scale it to 18 inches. It's gonna be halfway between 1 foot and 2 foot. Okay, any questions so far? Is this making sense? Okay. If I see a blank stare, I'm gonna call you out. Just looking like, okay. hmm That's for today's class. No. There was no homework for last week. All right, you good to go? No, you're good. You're good. You're good. Stop drinking that much coffee. Then the coffee. Oh, you double caffeinated. All right, so this is a top view, interior 8.5 by 20. Right. So first we just saw the items. Let me go back one. We just saw the items, but in the canvas you'll see a list of just different random items with their dimensions and sizes that you can pick from. But you can put anything in there that you want to put in there. It's your food truck. You spend all that money to get it. You put in it. You build it the way you want it. But just make sure your dimensions are correct. Okay. All right, your water tank is normally going to go under the counter here. So your water tank will be under the water tank, gray water, which is your dirty water, and your fresh water. The tanks are going to be under the trailer, and then the water pump will be under your 3-compartment sinks. So where this has a water tank, you can just eliminate that or change that to a propane tank, because that's about the same dimensions for a propane tank, and then put it on the rear of the trailer, which is where your propane will go. This says hand sink, but these are just random things. Your 3-compartment sink and hand sink, you can put them anywhere in the trailer, but I found to optimize space, you put them right at the nose. That's just an easy way to optimize space. This is your step into the trailer. You walk into the trailer and your 3-compartment sink and hand wash sink are right there. But you can put your door. So that means this is the door right here where the step is. But you can put your door here. You can put it to the left. You can put your door in the back. You can have a door here and have another door there. So you can have multiple doors. Uh-huh. So fire safety reasons, you have to have 2 exits and your window is considered 1. So your serving window right here, your serving window, in this case, I made it a 4x3, and you'll know that once we get to the other side, but you could tell it's 4 here, but you can't tell how deep it is from the top view, but you will be able to tell from the side view, right? So this is your serving shelf. That's your serving window. That'll be right there. And your window is considered an exit because you could crawl through it. And then your door is another exit. So you have to have at least 2 exits, and your window is counted as 1. That's per current law. The things change every moment. So now that's the top view, inside view. Here's the side view. Okay. So now you can see, look, here's my serving window. You see where I put it? It's still 4, and it's 4x3. So now that's my serving window. You can see it. And then I probably should have put a little black line here for my serving shelf. I put my graphics on it. So I'm going to just get a yellow trailer. So I don't have to pay to have it totally wrapped, but you can. But I'm going to just tell it when they ask me my color, I want yellow. So they'll send me my yellow trailer. It matches my graphics. I'm from Louisiana. Crazy Cajun, crawfish and specialty meats, maybe alligator. I just found this random logo online. I don't know who copyright infringement I'm using right now. But here you go. I got my graphic here, right? And then on the side, I'm giving them free publicity. Y'all owe me money if you're watching this. But then you see I got a big vinyl imprint here. And then this is the actual rear of the trailer. So you see that rear there. And I still have space over on the left side of my serving window. So if I wanted to, I could just get a vinyl of a menu. So when people are standing there in line, they could be looking at the menu. Okay. So then, of course, this is the nose of the trailer for the left side. And then, of course, here's the right side. Serving window goes on your left side because that's normally the side you're pulling up to. So if you're pulling up to the curb, right, you don't want people standing in the street. You want them to be able to approach you from the sidewalk. Like if you're on a curb, you'd want them. Now, you can put your window wherever you want. You can put windows on both sides. But more typically, they're on the passenger side, right? So they're on that passenger side. So if you're looking at the trailer from the nose, it's the left side. Yeah, so if you're looking at the trailer from the nose, it's the left side. But if you're pulling the trailer, right, then it is the passenger side, right? So you're putting it on the passenger side. So if you were to pull up and park near a curb, people will be able to be on the sidewalk and you'd be able to vend to them so that they don't walk out into the street to have to, in oncoming traffic to get your food. But you get what I'm saying here. So here's what you can say it's 4x3, and now I've colored in that square so you can't see it. But if I was to uncolor that square, you'd be able to see it as just a 4x3 window. All right, and that's it. So every square is a foot here. These are just some template outlines, some random items, and you can make these. These are just rectangles. It's PowerPoint, so you can make your rectangles any size you want, color you want, put in your numbers, right, and call it whatever you want. So find the dimensions of your fryer, make a shape that's that size, color it red, and you're good to go. So these shapes are just shapes that I made. You can make any shape that you want, and of course throw it in the dimensions. And this tells you when you know what you want to cook. This tells you how big you need to make your trailer. Because some people, because of cost, the bigger you make it, the more expensive it is. They're like, well, I'm going to just do an 8x10, 8x12, and I'm going to make burgers. I was like, you're not going to make burgers in 8x12. Because you're going to need a griddle for the burgers. And even if you just get a 24-inch griddle, that's 2 feet. And then if you get a fryer, that's roughly another 1.5 feet, right? And you're eating them, then you got to have your 3-compartment sink window. And if you put it in the nose, that still gives you a little bit more space. Then you have to have that 3-foot door. And then are you going to have a refrigerator up? So by the time you're trying to put everything that you need in that 8x12, there is no space. You open the door and there's no space to actually work. I was like, you need to at least upgrade to an 8x16. And 8x16 is what I recommend as the smallest size anyone cooking food should get. If you're doing ice creams or coffees or whatever, that's different. But if you're cooking food, 8x16 is the smallest size you can really comfortably work in. And then you're just going to get bigger from there. I found that 8x20 and up are normally comfortable to work in for 2 people. Okay. All right. That's it for today. As far as the video goes, and we'll be using the rest of the time to actually do the hand drawings and design.